Hey guys, what's going on? King Narukami here. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 things that I'm most excited for Persona 3 Reload. Whether that's improving the story, characters, or just the overall atmosphere of the game, these are the 3 things I'm most excited about that are getting changed in Persona 3 Reload. So sit back, relax, let's get it on. The first big change that I want to talk about that I don't think gets talked about enough is the fact that in Persona 3 Reload, we're going to have fully voiced dialogue for rank up sections for social links. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, if you play the original Persona 3 FES or even Portable, you could tell that the games were very text heavy. There weren't a lot of audio sequences and voice acting for those optional social link quests. A lot of the dialogue wasn't voiced, like I said, and it gave it more of a visual novel feel, and that was even more true for Persona 3 Portable, which was basically a visual novel. But there isn't anything wrong inherently with visual novels, but it seemed like the voice acting that we ever got from the characters, even like your party members, your social links at school and everything, were just from the main story or during battle, which didn't really help with connecting to the characters a lot. So in Persona 3 Reload, I think that the fully voice-acted social link rank-up sequences will add more character to your social links and make the task of leveling them up and getting more stat buffs even less mundane, and I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to add more character, and it's a welcome addition to Persona 3 Reload. The next thing that I want to talk about that I'm very excited that they're introducing in Persona 3 Reload is brand new story content. Now, what kind of story content am I actually talking about here? Well, for one, they're adding new scenes for the team known as Strega, the main villains for original Persona 3, original Persona 3, FES, and Portable. I feel like in those games, we didn't really get to know that group of people very well, and just feel like they were just really cool edgelords that we really didn't get to know much about outside of, oh, this guy has a gun, this other guy is like the backup person, and I feel like people really couldn't connect with them that much. And so them adding more scenes for the Strega members in Persona 3 Reload and expanding upon their story and how they got to be such bad guys and getting to know them better, I think will be really good for the overall story. And another thing that they're adding in terms of story for Persona 3 Reload is, while the original games like the original Persona 3 and FES didn't have male party social links, new story sequences will actually be added to the game to get to know your male party members even better. Now, I know they're not going to get social links or anything, but just bear in mind, as I said, in Vanilla P3 and FES, hanging out with your male party members outside of like battle and everything and outside of the main story wasn't an option. I felt like that was a problem because you didn't get to know them as much. Persona 3 Portable introduced male party member social links for the female main character, but some of them are very hit and miss, and there's one in particular that I just completely choose to forget about, and I never want to remember ever again. I think you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about right there. But even one social link as well changed the entire ending of the game almost, and made a major point in the story just kind of feel flat to me. So while these aren't going to be very new social links that are being added to Reload, I feel like these events will help us better understand the relationship between the main character Makoto and the rest of the male party members better, and we'll also get to know more about Junpei, Akihiko, and the rest of the guys throughout the story, because that's something that was never expanded upon in the original game FES, and even somewhat Portable if you played as the male protagonist. The last thing that I want to go over that I'm most excited about Persona 3 Reload is the Tartarus overhaul that Atlus is giving this huge dungeon. Now, I know a lot of people are not fans of Tartarus. Some love it, some hate it, but as you know, in the original Tartarus, it was extremely long and linear, and it looks like that's not really going to change. It's still going to be a very long dungeon that's going to take up probably more than half of your time as you're spinning it through the game. As you remember in the original Tartarus, you saw a lot of the same designs on each floor, and every so often when the design deviated just a little bit, it wasn't more than just a slight color change to the dungeon itself and different music, slightly different music. Now, it looks like in Reload, visually, Tartarus looks pretty stunning now in my opinion. I feel like a lot of time has been spent in making Tartarus itself look more visually appealing with better lighting, make it more colorful, and it seems like they've made traversal a bit faster in the game, and I'll talk about that in a second. But one thing I do want to mention before that is the fact that we no longer have to hear mass destruction every single fucking battle. You heard that right. There's going to be new songs added to the game that you won't have to listen to mass destruction 10,000 times before the end of the game and get completely sick of it. It's still in there. There's a new remade version of the song, but I can tell you this: the new battle song that the game has, called "It's Going Down," sounds really good. I'm a big fan of it, and it's very catchy, and I think we're all gonna love it when it releases. It's gonna be very refreshing to not hear before every single fucking battle. One other thing I want to talk about Tartarus being made a little bit faster to traverse: the fatigue system inside of Tartarus during battle is completely gone now. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I personally did not like the fatigue system. Now in Tartarus, you can rush through the dungeon without having your party members get tired after a battle, making them miss attacks and becoming more susceptible to damage. I feel like this is a great change to the whole battle system of the game inside of Tartarus. You know, your SP's there for a reason. I feel like if you're already running out of that and you don't have any more items, you can retreat. Other than that, I feel like that is the fatigue system that needs to be implemented instead of the old one. It should be arranged on SP and your HP and how many items you have, not if your teammate just suddenly gets tired. I did not have a good time with that. I know some people may have a different opinion. And in fact, let me know in the comment section if you think I'm stupid for wanting that, but I think that is a welcome change. So yes guys, that was my 3 reasons why I'm most excited about Persona 3 Reload. Things I'm happy to see change for the gameplay, the story, and the characters. For the better. I think it's going to be for the better than it is for the worse. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about my opinions and your own, what you're most excited about Persona 3 Reload. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to me for more Atlus content, because, you know, Reload's coming out in a good less than 4 months now. We're almost there, and I'm going to be covering it until it comes out. Until it does, I'll see you guys on the next video. King out.